everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Emma and Georgia, and today we are watching Bridgerton Season 2 Episode 1. If you want to watch our uncut reactions, link to the Patreon is down below.
I'm really excited that we finally got around to watching Season 2. I have been avoiding spoilers like the plague because this show is everywhere. It's even on my YouTube recommended page, and I haven't watched any Bridgerton stuff in like a year.
I know, it's everywhere. I've been seeing it trending, I've seen some photos, and I know like little things, like not spoilers, but like it's Anthony heavy this season and there is a new love interest into the picture. I know that. Yes. Which I'm looking forward to, because last season we saw he was after that girl. I'm sorry, Sienna, bad with names. He likes Sienna, but you know, their love was forbidden because she wasn't a royal and he was a royal and not really supposed to mix like the societal norms back then. I'm not sure if she's gonna be in this season, maybe.
I would doubt it, but we'll see. We were very disappointed because we quite liked them last season, but Anthony and Kate were always very hyped up in our comments, saying that they're one of the best ships on the show, or in the books. I mean, I know it's an enemies to lovers romance, and you know that's one of the best tropes.
Always the best.
Yes. I watched the first trailer, or like the teaser trailer Netflix put out. I didn't watch the second one. I always feel like there's no need to have two trailers because the second one's always really spoilery, so I try not to watch that one.
Yeah, it's always just to hook you in even more, but unintentionally give you more spoilers, because it's like, how much more can you show?
Yeah, exactly, because they released the second one like a week before it premieres on the platform, so I just think it's a bit pointless that they're releasing so many extra spoilers just as you're about to watch it, so I try not to watch those ones.
I don't even bother with trailers half the time. I just like look at the posters or whatever, and I'm just like, yeah, enough for me.
I'm 99% sure it is a continuation from season 1, so we'll have Daphne with her baby, and we've got all the fallout with Lady Whistledown. We know that it's Penelope, but no one else does, and the Queen's still searching for her, and so I'm excited to see like where everyone goes into this season. And it's going to be interesting seeing Anthony in all the debutante balls and stuff, because he was so against it before and now he's one of the suitors.
Yeah, it's going to be very different, I think, from season 1, because that was focused on Daphne and Duke.
Yeah.
Sad that the Duke's not going to be in this one. Just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always liked Anthony. I thought he was like a really interesting character from the rest of his siblings, because he's like the man of the house, but he also is protective of his siblings, but he also hates going to these like, you know, royal events and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's a bit of an outcast. So it's going to be interesting seeing him from his point of view this season.
Yeah. If you watch our character tier list for season 1, we both had Anthony quite high. I think we had him just below God tier. He was definitely one of my favourite out of the siblings last season, and I think Daphne was one of my least favourites. So hopefully like the main character this time will be a lot more likeable, because I feel like Daphne got overshone by loads of other characters, whereas I feel like Anthony was always very interesting. So
I know, but that means that maybe we put Daphne lower down because we saw too much of her and realised we don't really like her as a character. Yeah, might be the same with Anthony, you know, we might see too much of him, think he's a complete bad person, and then goes way down.
Oh, well, hopefully not.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Let her come out on her own.
Is this the plan? Daphne, thank goodness you're here.
She's requested time.
Oh yes, Eloise is entering into the season 2.
They all look so pissed off. Oh my god! She looks so different.
If one of you utters a single word.
What is that hairpiece?
I know! She looks perfect without that feather on her head.
So, if for any reason you do not
Do all her
find one
maids
among
in the background have the same hair?
do you think she will return?
They have to
We have
match.
heard nary a peep from Lady Whistledown since last season ended. Perhaps she realised taking on her queen was a bad idea.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
I see no need to go through all of that again when I myself am already betrothed to Mr. Finn.
Yes! She's getting married to Mr. Finch.
I found a small smile worked best to appear open and approachable, but not too eager. Now let us see it.
What I need is what I have, and that is a list. Tolerable, dutiful,
Tolerable.
childbearing, and at least have
Suitable hips.
Not so much a requirement, but a preference, in fact.
Doesn't ask for much.
Margaret Goring
They've all got feathers.
and Miss Eloise Bridgerton.
Oh.
Oh, jeez. Oh god, she looks so bad. She's petrified, the poor girl.
What is the meaning of this?
Lady Whistledown.
Uh,
That's what she was looking for.
I've seen enough.
But your Majesty
thank God for
I've
that.
seen enough.
How come the boys don't have to do this? It's not fair. They just have to
was,
show up.
It was a very prejudiced time.
I know. The girls get clarted out like some
Clarted.
prized possession, and then these
Yeah.
guys have to turn up to the ball and be like, "Hey, where the girls at? Yeah,
Hey, wanna dance?
wanna dance? Like, it's so easy for them."
Was the intro always this long? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think it's got longer.
Oh, this is going to be hints, isn't it? We've got a beehive. We had piano keys.
I was sharpening my knives.
Ooh.
It's getting intense.
How do you think she does it?
Certainly not by herself. How could she?
Her own mother doesn't even believe in her.
You're new to this arrangement, so I'll say
Oh,
this
she's
only
got an
once.
Irish accent.
What my mistress wants, she gets. And the delivery boys need a wage increase. They're the ones running around town while you get to sit here on your lazy arse.
Advocating for the working class.
You requested my ring?
Father's betrothal ring.
Did someone catch your eye at the presentation, brother?
I thought all of the young ladies looked beautiful.
Not particularly, and all the young ladies look the same, like young ladies. I should say, when you've already compiled an index of the season's eligible misses and have arranged interviews.
Interviews. Romance is dead with him.
4 or 5?
No.
No, perhaps 6.
3
Not
shoes
his
for us,
perfect
which I
number, I'm
always wanted
afraid.
in my life.
What
You're
if
out.
one of your daughters had a penchant for overspending? How would you deal with that?
Oh my god.
And an appreciation for beauty, of course.
Do you read?
Books.
He's got so much to do though.
It looks exhausting.
Whoa there! Miss, are you in trouble?
Hello,
Is that
who's
her?
this? See, you gotta let them find you, not go and find them. Can you imagine if it's
It is her!
I thought it'd be Penelope, like with the whole Lady Whistledown stuff. Can you imagine?
He's impressed. Oh! She's the
Think he's found
one!
her.
Enjoying your victory lap? You'll not be afforded such an ample head start this time, I assure you.
Perhaps we pretend this encounter never took place? You allow me to go my way and you go yours.
She strikes me as a bit of an Eloise.
She's sort of like a
Secret is sacred.
independent woman that doesn't need protection.
A race.
Or was it not?
Does one not need actual competition for a race?
We could say that if we had decided on a finish line together, but alas, we made no such agreement.
Ah, I see you are not one for losing.
I shall have you.
She challenges him. It's very amusing.
We've not yet been introduced!
I'm afraid that is not possible, not when I have a victory lap to enjoy.
She's funny.
Allow me to introduce to you my youngest, Miss Edwina Sharma.
A true pleasure, Lady Danbury.
Oh my god, is Lady Danbury gonna be the Cupid in every season?
Are you serious? Can you imagine?
Well, now that we are all arrived.
Almost.
I beg your pardon?
We have almost all arrived. There is also Newton.
Oh, he's a little doggy.
So Her Majesty will be in attendance then? At the ball?
Well, there is no reason for concern, Lady Mary. You will be with me, after all.
I reckon Edwina will do well. She will be the diamond. She looks perfect.
I know. And very well spoken. I think she'd do very well.
Exceptional posture. Beautiful smiles. She will already be regarded as an old maid at the mature age of
26, Mom. But it should truly be of no
26?
concerns, I assure you. I am not here to find a husband for myself, only for my sister. She is accomplished in both Latin and Greek, in addition to Marathi and Hindustani, of
She's
course.
like a wing woman.
She's like the Anthony of season 1.
That's why they're so perfect.
I'm sure we have much to learn from you, such as the preparation of this most excellent tea.
Oh, that felt like such a dig.
Another quill? You do get through them at an extraordinary rate.
I've been busy with my correspondence.
I sat with her paper all morning, and in truth, all she does is repeat what she hears.
Someone must have got the gossip, and does she not have a way with words?
Yes, but what is she saying with those
God,
words?
she's defending. How has Eloise not clicked that it's Penelope?
Instead of simply turning our eye to every newly minted debutante, perhaps then we might find our respite from the tedious sequence of tea parties and balls.
Penelope's got a big critic here.
She should expect it. Eloise, she likes to, you know, get into these sort of things.
We are sisters. This place may feel different, but it will never change the way you and I see each other.
Do they have different fathers then?
Oh, what's this song?
Oh yeah, they like
A
take...
Material Girl!
Yeah, because they did like Billie Eilish last season, didn't they?
Yeah.
I remember.
Just remember to breathe on.
Why did she call her Bon? I thought her name was Edwina.
young, to be sure, but he has 10,000 a year.
Oh my god, that guy
The
looks
Earl
like
of
15.
Gloucester. His wife recently died of influenza.
Oh
The
my
hair.
goodness.
I'm now looking at the maid's hair.
I know, because they're like
It was a gem.
low-key version.
If only you had extended the courtesy of offering your queen a final farewell before you left.
Ooh.
Stop fussing with your dress.
You look lovely, dear. They look like a prize calf trussed up for auction.
Truly is a
Gross.
sparse crop.
I love the terminology in this show.
I know.
A
It's like the
sparse
Ronalds.
crop.
And a wife.
You honestly just did that.
Oh my.
God, they all flock.
Who she fell in love with and married some kind of clerk, I hear. The two of them absconded to India thereafter.
Already had a child.
That must be her.
Oh, so she's not her
Lady
biological
Mary's
mother.
parents, the Sheffields, never lived down the shame, did they?
God, they're such gossipers.
Yeah.
My love.
Oh,
Lady Featherington.
Oh my
It is a
god.
delightful surprise to see you in attendance.
Emma, that man
Yeah.
is Jason from Gavin and Stacey.
oh my God, I can see it. He looks so weird.
Or has the new heir finally come to manage this unsettled business of your daughter's dowry?
Where is this heir though? Because this is set 10 months after season 1. How has he not shown his face yet?
My grief. Missing my
God, that grief is real.
husband.
Very dead.
You told me you wished for the boy to be out of the house.
Number 8.
I know that gentleman.
Number 8. This is like freaking Argos. You gotta wait for your number.
Apparently hoping to
Oh,
marry this
no.
season, he may very well be our most eligible bachelor indeed.
Oh my God, can you imagine if the sister gets in there? She's a bit young for him though, isn't she?
Age is not a matter.
They say Millicent has a whelp in the country, spitting image of his father.
Penelope!
She's literally like taking notes.
You seem parched.
How can you tell? Is she wilting?
Or punch, if you prefer.
Fine, if you're wondering.
Apologies, gentlemen. I regret to inform you that my dance card is already full.
Eloise, these names are false.
I'm merely following my sister's valuable advice.
Her eyes keep glancing over to him.
Oh, I know. And she's literally right there. How has he not noticed?
Simply pick the least objectionable and get her wed, bed and bricked. Then you can return to more
No!
And
The
more
lads'
pleasurable
banter
partners.
back in the day was very brutal.
That was the last thing I desire. But if my children are to be of good stock, then their mother must be of impeccable quality.
Stock!
Ew!
This is disgusting.
I was wondering if we'd meet again.
So you might discern if my wit is acceptable, my manners genteel.
Ooh.
You were eavesdropping.
It was hardly an effort. And you managed to find this paragon of virtue. Whatever makes you think she will accept your suit?
Yeah, you tell him.
You find my smile pleasing.
I find your opinion of yourself entirely too high. Your character
That's what you got from that.
is as deficient as your horsemanship. I shall bid you good night.
Oh, I love it when girls
sass.
insult men.
Oh, that was so satisfying. None of them stand up to him like she does.
Yeah, exactly.
It's brilliant.
Because the sad reality is, all these women probably will fall for the charming smile because that's what they're taught.
Miss Sharma, allow me to introduce you to... My mamma is already in our carriage.
That is your potential mother-in-law.
I'm sure Edwina's absence will only make her that much more desirable.
It truly was a magnificent soiree, Lady Danbury. We are most grateful.
Lady Danbury's out of her depth.
£11, 2 shillings here altogether.
£11.
My mistress is willing to take an even 10. You get to keep the surplus for your rapid service. It's really a bargain.
It's really a bargain. Oh, I love the accent.
Or perhaps this author should take matters into her own hands.
I shall not be hustled into making my selection, not by anyone. Bring me a list of the peerage.
I will not be hustled, she says. Oh my god, this child! What is he doing here?
Tea, Milo? Perhaps some more milk, maybe.
Was he being called a lord when he literally looks like he should be in primary school?
Though of the many purportedly well-trained and
playing
bred
with the
hothouse
kids.
This is insane! Like, I find it weird when the older ones go for the younger girls, but this is weird too.
It is rather clever the way she uses plant puns to belittle.
Indeed.
She's got a fan.
Yes, Mum.
She's hiding money away and her family's there having to sell all their stuff.
Madame Delacroix. I didn't know you were back in
still
town.
hooking up.
Bien sûr. Who else could dress these delicate debutantes for the season? I have much work to do, Mr. Bridgerton.
Oh, she is not interested.
And as for every other eager chit you pushed in my direction, I would happily never lay eyes on them again.
Anthony.
I'm looking for perfection, Mother, and you should be too.
Perfection! There's no such thing as perfect.
You will end up alone with such expectations.
It's too
That is
much.
also... Yeah, it is also true.
Colin is my friend.
As if he would ever waste his
don't
ink on
bash
someone
her.
like you.
Colin Bridgerton is no more your friend than I am the next Catherine the Great.
He is her friend.
Mean.
You plan to ride again tomorrow morning?
Oh, she
I
found
know
out.
all that goes on in my home.
After my father died, Mamma and I did the best we could to raise Edwina, all so she would never know of our struggles.
Aww.
But our money ran low. The Sheffields have agreed to bestow a sizable dowry on my sister and to look after my mamma. But only if Edwina marries properly.
And Anthony fits that bill. Ugh.
I even taught her how to make this pitiful excuse for tea the English so adore. I despise English tea.
Excuse me, now we've got a problem.
If she was made aware of the circumstances, she would marry quickly only to please us.
She still wants her to
Edwina
find
deserves
someone
a chance to find
worthy.
love without such a burden.
Oh, it's sad.
Yeah.
I do hope you are finding everything in town to
smile.
your satisfaction.
Slight smile.
Indeed I am, Your Majesty.
This time around, that is.
God, she really has a problem with it.
Such a shame your presentation at court was so rudely interrupted.
Shame indeed.
Oh, such
I
a
nearly forgot you were making
shame.
your debut this season.
It is a delightful ball, Your Majesty. Very timely. Though I must admit, I'm more of an emerald person myself.
Oh. Oh, that was bad.
Oh my god.
You made
My
us
favourite
laugh.
necklace is one of emeralds. How thoughtful of you to know that.
Oh, hell yeah.
If the Queen in fact names Eloise the diamond, whom will you marry then, brother?
Oh. Oh, yeah, we're not gonna go there.
How did you do it on your own pen?
Why don't share your difficulties, Hal? Insipid wallflower, remember?
That is not...
I love how the trees match Eloise's dress and the flowers on the ground
Yeah.
match Penelope's.
You've been keeping it from me. You do not have to pretend any longer, Pen. You like all of this. I can feel people's eyes on me. Every time I walk into a ballroom, I know they are comparing me to Daphne. I can never
Pressure
live up
must be unreal.
I do not want to live up to that, but it does not make it any easier to know you are constantly disappointing people just by walking into a room.
Aww.
When you're invisible, you can have all of the amusement you want without any of the expectations popularity brings. It frees you.
Oh, that was such a real moment.
Just like unleashing all the stresses of royal life. It sounds exhausting.
Miss Edwina Sharma.
No!
Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at them all.
Viscount Bridgerton.
Lined up.
I do love to read.
Because her sister taught her to.
You do not seem
I know.
discomposed by
She's
my
like a mini
question.
version of her.
You have to talk to the sister, though.
Perhaps you could speak with my sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bridgerton.
Oh,
I see you've met Miss
God.
Edwina. This is,
Her sister.
Miss Sharma, my lord.
Oh.
Now they have introduced each other.
Mom, he is here. The new Lord Featherington.
Lady Featherington.
Oh.
That still work if we're not married.
Oh, he's not as old as I
the
thought
air
he'd be.
was old.
I thought the air was ugly. Ladies.
It is quite all right.
You had my possessions moved.
Well, I should be taking over those rooms, now that the home is mine.
Is
You
he actually
understand,
kicking
yes?
them out?
Just like you said, Noah.
What?
The new Lord Featherington is here to provide.
I'm so confused.
Is he buying them new possessions?
Should a woman not be valued
she
for so
became
much
all
more
woke.
than her dancing skills or her comportment? We would all see
really
that a
gunning for
woman
the
can
queen.
be so much
I know.
more.
She's taking her on.
It seems she will need to do more for me this season than simply sparkle.
Poor girl.
Quite a first episode, don't you think?
Yes. There wasn't so much of like, what's the word? Last season's opener, we got like lots of Daphne and Simon in the first episode.
Yeah.
Whereas this time, I feel like we definitely got a lot less of the couple, but I think that makes sense because we have other characters we like and we need to continue on with their stories as well. But I like the introductions we got with the new family, and I feel like we got a lot of backstory for them, and we now know their motivations behind trying to make her the diamond and get an Englishman of nobility because they need the money. And that's all it's really about, isn't it?
It sounds like a lot of families, when I say a lot, I mean two. Two families this season struggling for money, the Featheringtons as well. It's interesting, and I do like how they've introduced the
Sharmas.
The Sharmas, yes. The Sharmas indeed. I like how, you know, they're under Lady Danbury's wing. She's sort of, you know, taking care of them while they're here. But it's such a shame, the circumstances and the amount of pressure on, you know, Kate's shoulders for her sister. Her sister doesn't even know the struggle really, and her mum and Kate have really been hiding that from her. And it's going to be a big dilemma because is Kate gonna step back and let her sister marry Anthony because of the money and the fact that, you know, she needs to marry someone noble, but her own feelings into account because she likes Anthony, even though he said some awful things in that outside bit.
They put a connection
Deep down there's a connection and you can't break that.
I have a feeling it's going to go like, because she just said to her sister then, you are not allowed to marry this man. I think Anthony's going to try his best to woo Edwina, and he's going to have to, in the process, woo Kate in order to convince her to let him marry her, and then Kate will probably fall for him in that way.
I know! See, that's great! Kate, in retrospect, is kind of the main person of the household, sort of taken over her father's role. And Anthony's gotta, you know, please the family. In turn, he'll be spending a lot more time with Kate. And we saw from that horse ride and interactions, I think he has an interest in Kate as well. He seems quite smitten with her at some points.
I think it's going to be very interesting because I've just thought he's going to be wooing Edwina, and like when he's trying to convince Kate to let him marry her as well, like they'll probably both fall in love with each other, and then he's going to have to decide, do I marry the diamond for the nobility and all these ticks off my checklist, or do I marry for love?
I know, and he literally has been so against the whole love thing.
Yeah.
And it goes against everything he stands for, but it's what his mother wants, you know, and Daphne did the same. She married for love, and I feel like it's going to be a season with lots of dilemmas where you've got to choose one or the other, and in their world, everything's so set out for them, you know, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, but is he going to break the rules and go for a commoner, as they say, you know, gonna go for someone a bit lower class, as they say. You know, I hate the titles that they give people that don't have all the money and everything.
I don't really think that family is common though. I think they are royalty of some kind, a bit like the Featheringtons, but they're just like in the lower ranks, I suppose.
I didn't think it could get any lower than the Featheringtons. They have been like casted out from society by the sounds of it. Like they are the butt of all jokes, and I feel so bad for them.
Last season there was a lot of people like telling us about nobility ranks and stuff in the comments, so we may need that again this season. But I think everyone that turns up to these balls is royal or noble or high class in some way, because they're there.
They must be. Yeah, they must be, because the Queen can't have any old person come into her ballroom, you know.
Obviously, do have some legacy, but we just don't know like the technical terminology for everyone. We've seen Penelope continuing her Lady Whistledown antics, and it's funny. I find it so funny how she's trying to big her up to Eloise all of a sudden, and Eloise is like, no, she's so basic.
She's got so samey, like, I'm tired of the gossip. Can we please get to the more real issues? And you know what? I think that's resonated with her. And that latest issue, it really did change. I think she's really taken to Eloise's comments. You know, their friendship is so wholesome, and I love it.
Yeah.
You know, them in that little flower field. Oh, it was so cute.
And I'm excited for Penelope v the Queen. I love how she's such a meek wallflower who like barely, you know, goes up to the Queen and whatever, and yet she's got a big rivalry with her behind the scenes.
She has got her by the balls, like literally. Penelope, under the mask of Lady Whistledown, has no problem taking down anybody. And when she gets outed, I'm saying when because it's gotta happen, everyone's gonna be so shook. That brings me on to the new man of the house. This guy, who is now the heir of the Featheringtons, he is an interesting character, I will say that.
Yeah.
I've only known him for 2 minutes, and he's shaken up the gaff.
Don't understand the whole moving possessions thing. To me it sounded like he wanted to kick them out. He just piled all their possessions in the middle of the main hall. Why?
I thought they were his possessions. Maybe they were theirs. I don't know.
They were theirs because it's their house, but he said they're mine now because I own the home. Maybe he just thought they were very old and he wants to chuck them out, and he has the rank to do that because he owns the house.
Yeah, is he going to give the Featheringtons a new iconic look? You know, out with the old dresses, we're getting in something new and something hip that the Queen will like.
Great. I'm dying to see Penelope in a colour other than yellow and brown. I'm really excited to see where this season's going to go. I think they've set up a lot of interesting dynamics with this first episode.
They really have. Every family and everything, they've set up like all these individual storylines that I'm hooked on, and I'm excited for this season. It's got a lot of promise.
That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching our reaction to Season 2, Episode 1 of Bridgerton. If you want to watch the episode in its entirety, then the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. But don't feel any pressure, it's just for people that want to watch the episodes along with us. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time for Episode 2. Bye!